All right. So I was looking at the Drudge Report today. Right at the top of the Drudge Report, they're talking about the editorial board of the USA Today putting in their unanimous decision to vote Hillary into the White House, but keep Trump out. They said in the 34-year history of USA Today, the editorial board has never taken sides in the presidential race. Well, why? Why haven't you? It's because you guys wanted to keep an air of unbias about you to be a credible news source, but it seems like that's not the case anymore. Instead of expressed opinions about the major issues and haven't presumed to tell our readers who have a variety of priorities and values which choice is best for them. Well, except for today, because obviously these guys are made from a finer clay than the rest of us. Because every presidential race is different, we revisit our no endorsement policy every 4 years. We've never seen reason to alter our approach until now. Oh, so not for Barack Obama? Nothing about him caused you concern? This year, the choice isn't between two capable major party nominees who happen to have significant ideological differences. This year, one of the candidates, Republican nominee Donald Trump, is, by unanimous consensus of the editorial board, unfit for the presidency. So, what part of the Constitution do you guys not understand when it talks about the qualifications to become president? It has nothing to do with what their ideology is, and it has nothing to do with what they say on national TV. There's some pretty clear-cut qualifications for the president. I suggest you all read them. From the day he declared his candidacy 15 months ago through this week's first presidential debate, Trump has demonstrated repeatedly that he lacks the temperament, knowledge, steadiness, and honesty that America needs from its presidents. Oh, don't even get me started on the honesty thing and the two candidates in this race. Whether through indifference or ignorance, Trump has betrayed fundamental commitments made by all presidents since the end of World War II. Well, those are called commitments by last presidents. They're not written in stone. It's not in the Constitution that they have to do anything like release tax returns. These commitments include unwavering support for NATO allies. Well, NATO has no unwavering support for us. NATO is garbage. It's all European trash. Steadfast opposition to Russian aggression. Well, Russia seems to be the only one doing anything about ISIS. We won't. Instead, we arm them. Obama arms them. Hillary Clinton's been arming them since Libya was destroyed. The absolute uncertainty that the United States will make good on its debts. Right. Every goddamn politician in office right now has been increasing that debt, Republican and Democrat. He has expressed troubling admiration for authoritarian leaders and scant regard for constitutional protections. Well, I don't know if I agree with Trump's past support for the Second Amendment, and I clearly don't support Trump's assertion that he'd like to go after media that talks bad about him. But then again, nobody likes it when people talk bad about him, but big deal. We've been highly critical of the GOP nominee in a number of previous editorials. Yeah, you sure fuck have. With early voting already underway in several states and polls showing a close race, now the time is to spell out in one place the reasons Trump should not be president. Because of a close race, they're getting scared, they're getting panicky that there could actually be a Donald Trump in the White House. Personally, I don't know who I'm voting for. I'm one of those undecided. I just simply don't know. What I do know is I'm not voting for Hillary Clinton, because I know that's the fastest track to the destruction of individual liberties that there is. But that's time for another video. So here's their reasons. He is erratic. Big goddamn deal. I'm glad he's erratic. I'm glad that he's breaking the status quo with what he does. I like that. We've had nothing but politicians recently who that's all they ever do is stay at the status quo, and they're not erratic. So they'll tell you one thing. I mean, if you want to say that they're erratic, I mean, they tell you one thing, then they lie about it to get elected, and then they completely break all their promises to their constituencies. So yes, I like the fact that he's erratic. Trump has been on so many sides of so many issues that attempting to assess his policy positions like shooting at a moving target. Ooh, triggered. Getting triggered here, guys. Talk about shooting. A list prepared by NBC details 124 shifts by Trump on 20 major issues shortly before he entered the race. NBC, yeah, the bastion of unbiased journalism. He simply spouts slogans and outcomes. He'd replace Obamacare with something terrific. Anything's more terrific than Obamacare. Anything. Goddamn... A surgeon in the backyard of my home cutting off my fingers because they're gangrene with rusty wire clippers is a hell of a lot better than what Obamacare offers. He is ill-equipped to become commander-in-chief. Trump's foreign policy pronouncements typically range from uninformed to incoherent. It's not just Democrats who say this. Scores of Republican national security leaders have signed an extraordinary open letter calling Trump's foreign policy vision wildly inconsistent and unmoored in principle. Well, I don't want what politicians are bringing to the table anymore, because all the goddamn garbage that they bring is trash. It's complete fucking trash. In a Wall Street Journal column, Wall Street Journal, Robert Gates, the highly respected former defense secretary who served presidents of both parties over half a century, described Trump as beyond repair. He traffics in prejudice. From the very beginning, Trump has built his campaign on appeals to bigotry and xenophobia, whipping up resentment against Mexicans, Muslims, and migrants. No, Trump was very clear in what he said about Mexicans. Not all Mexicans are rapists. Not all Mexicans are murderers. Just like not all white people are racist or racist or rapists or murderers either. Mexico does send over rapists and murderers and drug traffickers. I mean, that's what a good majority, or a good portion, I wouldn't say a majority, a good portion of the people crossing the border illegally are those. Trump never blanketly coded them all as that, but the lamestream media and the liberals, every goddamn liberal there is, seems to think he paints as all brown people is bad. No, that's bullshit. You guys need to read into the context of this stuff. You need to see as full statements. Don't be tools. Muslims, well, yeah, get me started on that one. Migrants. Trump does not oppose legal immigration. Legal immigration is good for the country. It really is. Illegal immigration is strictly what he's talking about. Trump has stirred racist sentiments in ways that can't be erased by his belated and clumsy outreach to African Americans. Well, at least he is outreaching to them, and he's not taking on these fake dialects when he's talking to people in their communities, like Hillary. I ain't no ways tired, Clinton. Yeah, why can't you fuckers see this? I don't understand this. I don't understand how you guys don't. Oh, I do. It's liberalism is a mental disorder. It really is. I mean, just they see that Hillary Clinton could honestly get on stage live in front of the entire nation with a box of puppies, and she could strangle each one of them to death while cackling and looking you straight in the eye, and people would still vote for her. His attacks on an Indiana-born federal judge of Mexican heritage fit the textbook definition of a racist comment, according to House Speaker Paul Ryan, the highest-ranking elected official in the Republican Party. And for 5 years, Trump fanned the absurd birther movement that falsely questioned the legitimacy of the nation's first black president. The birther movement started with the Hillary Clinton campaign and her supporters in 2008. That's where it started, and it's all over the goddamn internet. It's not hard to find. His business career is checkered. Trump has built his candidacy on his achievements as a real estate developer and entrepreneur. It's a shaky scaffold, starting with the 1973 Justice Department suit against Trump and his father for systematically discriminating against blacks in housing rentals. The Trumps fought the suit later, but later settled on terms that were viewed by liberals as a government victory. Trump's companies have had some spectacular financial successes. Absolutely they have. But this track record is marred by 6 bankruptcy filings. Of all the thousands of businesses that he helped create and found, only 6 of them went bankrupt. Okay, show me a perfect businessman. Show me the perfect businessman. Show it. Who hasn't had any kind of bankruptcies or who hasn't had any kind of financial problems in dealing with the IRS. Goddamn bullshit. Apparent misuse of the family's charitable foundation, Clinton Foundation. Let's talk about misuse of foundations, assholes. apparent and allegations by the Trump University customers of fraud. Well, that's Trump University is garbage. I will concede that. A series of investigative articles published by the USA Today network, the same network or the same USA Today that's declaring their bias for liberals, found that Trump has been involved in thousands of lawsuits over the past 3 decades. Well, what goddamn billionaire isn't involved in a bunch of lawsuits? Including at least 6 that involve small businesses and contract employees who said they were stifled or stiffed. So much for being a champion of the little guy. Hillary Clinton's a champion for the little guy, seriously? And the whole Clinton campaign is built on destroying blacks and destroying the minorities and only showing up every 4 years to pander for votes. I see Trump out there creating jobs for people. He does. People have jobs because of Donald Trump. No people have jobs because of Hillary Clinton. None. His course in his national dialogue. Well, good. We need coarse language in this fucking dialogue. We need coarseness in this goddamn political atmosphere because we have nothing but two-faced politicians out here saying one thing and doing another. I'm fucking sick of it. I'm ready for people or candidates who are going to say it like it goddamn is and not sugarcoat everything and go with the status fucking quo. Did you ever imagine that a presidential candidate would discuss the size of a genitalia during a nationally televised Republican debate? Marco Rubio brought that one up. If fucking Rubio didn't bring up the small hands thing, nothing would goddamn come out of this. But they started that shit. Neither did we. Did you ever imagine a presidential candidate, one who avoided service in the military, would criticize Gold Star parents who lost a son in Iraq? Don't tell me about people who avoid military service. Why don't you show me the current Secretary of State, John Kerry, who's disgraced the uniform by throwing his medals over the White House wall in protest of the Vietnam War. Him and Jane fucking Trader Fonda. Fuck those liberal bitches. Joe, neither did we. Did you ever imagine you'd see a presidential candidate mock a disabled reporter? Neither did we. Well, liberals mock disabled people all the time. Go check out Abe Lincoln's Top Hat, one of their recent episodes, while they were talking about this very thing. And one of their most tolerant liberal add-ins in the program started calling people retards. Yeah, it's there. No, you'll find my comments. He's a serial liar. All right. Trump's inability to unwillingness to ignore criticism raises the specter of a president who, like Richard Nixon, the same guy who got fucking impeached for hiding 18 minutes of recording during the Watergate break-in, and the same goddamn thing that the liberals did to the DNC and Bernie Sanders at the helm of Debbie fucking Wasserman disgusting Schultz. Would create an enemies list and consumed with getting even with his critics. Oh, getting even with his critics? Like Obama using the goddamn IRS to target Tea Party groups, or using the EPA to slander or destroy small businesses? Fuck you guys. He's a serial liar. Hillary Clinton. No trust. I don't even get into that part. Oh, nor does his electoral represent unqualified support for Hillary Clinton. Yes, it goddamn does. If you're trashing one, you're putting up the other one. And we all know the goddamn media, like USA Today, is all for fucking Hillary Clinton and all the goddamn shit that comes with liberalism, progressivism, Marxism, socialism. Fuck off. Some of us look at her command of the issues, resilience and long record in public service as a First Lady, U.S. Senator, and Secretary of State. Let the circle jerk begin. Other board members have a serious reservation about Clinton's sense of entitlement, her lack of candor, and her extreme carelessness in handling classified information. Oh, we gotta get that in there to make it seem like we're still unbiased, but we are. Other board members are. Where does that leave us? Our bottom line advice for voters is this: stay true to your convictions. There's a dog whistle, that means vote for Hillary, don't vote for Trump. Because if you've read it this far through the goddamn article, you know where we're coming from. That might mean a vote for Clinton, the most plausible alternative to keep Trump out of the White House. Or it might mean a third-party candidate, or a write-in, or a focus on down-ballot candidates who will serve the nation honestly, try to heal its divisions, and work to solve its problems. Whatever you do, however, resist the siren song of dangerous demagogue. By all means vote, just not for Donald Trump. Anybody who reads the USA Today and takes it for its word, you're just as much of a tool as everybody else. They're all corrupt. All of them. They're all in the back for Hillary Clinton. Just remember this come voting day. Vote for the candidate that is making people write shit like this. If the entire world or if the entire country is against something, and that block of voters and that block of constituencies and that block of people are the same people who put Barack Obama into the goddamn White House for the last 8 years, and nothing has changed. Race relations are worse in this country than they've ever been since the 60s. And I wasn't even alive then. If the world has not been fixed to your liking and your guy is the person that's been in charge, go ahead and put another one of them in and see how fast they change it. If you're an African American and you vote Democrat, don't fucking cry to the goddamn world when they ignore you after you put them in office, when they ignore you for the next 4 years and then come out of nowhere and beg for your vote again and nothing's been changed for you. I'm not saying to vote for Trump and I'm not saying to vote for Clinton, but I guarantee you a vote for a Democrat or any Democrat is going to leave us in the same goddamn place we're at right now, probably even worse. Take your chances, vote for Trump. Take your chances and vote for Gary Johnson. I'll tell you what, though. We know from history what's going to happen if you vote another Democrat into the office. I'm done with this. I don't even know how to turn this thing off.